Hello, friends, and welcome. I'm Yvonne Davis. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at what's in the news and what the astrology has to say about it. So this is titled Trump's Desperation. And as you probably know, there's some pretty crazy stuff that's been going on having to do with Texas, the Supreme Court, Donald Trump. And so it's a whole big load of smelly rubbish. Well, let's go look at what's happening out there. Okay. In that alternate reality. Get ready to dive in. Whew. All right. So before we do that, I want to say thank you because you guys have been so great helping me out with building my new channel. You can see how close I am to my goal of 1,000. So if you haven't yet gone over there and subscribed, please help me. I'm so close now. And thank you so much for everyone who has gone over there. This is so exciting. So I just want to show you really quick in case you're curious about what's going to be on that channel. So it's called Freedom Seeker, and it's everything I know about becoming free. You know, if you want to be financially free, if you want to be self-employed, if you want to free yourself from your woundedness, which blocks you from all other kinds of freedom. And I'm someone who knows because I suffered from very severe depression for probably 30 years. And I finally broke free from that. And so I'm going to share everything I know. So there's secrets of financial freedom, some affirmations, shadow work, and the great mysteries, because you have to do your inner work. You can't manifest on the outer level unless you do your inner work. And then there's videos on law of attraction and manifestation, business and filmography, YouTube and self-employment secrets. So basically, you know, everything I know that's not related to astrology, I'm putting on that channel for you. So I hope you'll go over there and check it out. And thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed. I really, really, really appreciate it. Also want to say that tonight at 4:30, so this is Friday. So tonight at 4:30 Mountain Time, we're going to meet on my Patreon channel. So if you're interested in becoming a patron, head on over there. There's always a link in the description box below, and you can check that out. I have 3 tiers. All 3 of them have gifts associated with them. So if you sign up and you want the gifts, just message me and I will get those to you. And basically you can get the free gifts. You can get all the exclusive videos and advanced viewing, all ad-free on Patreon. Plus you get to come to the Zoom meetings. So I hope you'll come over there and join us. All right. So one more thing I want to say is that I'm working on the next 12 years of power in the U.S. I've mentioned that many times that I'm learning. I've been teaching myself a video editing program, and so I should have the first videos up this weekend. So definitely check that out. Okay. All right. So, and of course, if you're new to my channel, please click on the red button down there and subscribe. All right. So let's go and see what's up in the news and see what the astrology has to say about it. Okay. So let's go over here to the news. This was some good news. Oh, I should first show you the election results because, as you know, I always go and check them. So still, you know, 306 to 232. Joe Biden won, obviously. For some people, it's obvious. And he won by over 7 million votes. All right. So all 50 states and DC have now certified their presidential election results. So we're just waiting for the formal meeting of the Electoral College. All right, so let's go and look at the charts, see what the astrology has to say about this. Okay, so this is the new moon eclipse on December 14th, 2020. It happens at 11:16 a.m. in Washington, D.C. This is the first most important chart that we have to look at, and this is the day that the Electoral College meets. It's no coincidence. So we have a new administration coming in. Mercury represents all these things related to the election, the Electoral College. We have a new administration coming in. The South Node it plays two roles in this chart. One is it takes us back to something that was more standard before Trump came in. So it takes us back to that, obviously. But the other thing it tells us is that something has to end for something new to begin. Okay, and that's pretty obvious as well. Now, the only downside of this chart is that because the moon eclipses the sun, so the moon is basically in this chart, basically Trump. And it's also the subconscious, the shadow, okay, of the people. And the conspiracy theories, like this is what is casting a shadow over Biden's administration, unfortunately. And it's going to be challenging. Now, there is going to be a new administration, though, so don't worry about that. There's absolutely nothing that Trump can do to stop that. There's nothing that Texas can do to stop it. There's nothing that, the Supreme Court's not going to stop it. Believe me, it's just not going to stop, okay? The Electoral College is going to meet, and I may have shown you that article, but I think maybe I didn't, so let me pull that up really quick because, okay, so on Yahoo, it said, the moment of truth, the Electoral College prepares to hand Trump the loss he refuses to accept. So, you have to understand there's a lot more going on. There's stuff going on astrologically. It's like a fast moving train, and there are people out there who have the sideshow, trying to get everybody's attention. Look at me, look at me, look at me. But the train is going. It's like, sorry, but you missed this train. The train is going. It's left the station, okay? So there's nothing that's going to change that, okay? So let's go back and look at the astrology again. All right, so yes, we absolutely have a new administration coming in. It's lovely that the new moon eclipse is exactly on the day that the Electoral College meets. And then I want to tell you that on the 15th, we also have some really beautiful alignments. The one interesting thing that I saw for the 15th is that Chiron goes direct, which I think is important because there is some wounding for some of the people in this country. And so it's interesting that the moon is in Capricorn. Capricorn rules government. And as I was saying, the moon actually represents emotions, subconscious, and can represent the shadow as well. And so the moon, which, as I said, this is all the stuff that Trump is representing. And he is moving, and then it's moving into Capricorn, which is the government. And so, yes, there is some wounding here with the moon moving into Capricorn, and it squares Chiron, and then Chiron turns direct. Okay, so we have to deal with the wounding in the country, and part of the reason where there's the wounding is because of the fear that has been put into people's minds, and also that they've been told that the election was stolen. And even though, I mean, it's an alternate reality, literally. And but some people are living in that reality. It's very real to them. And so that's the problem with the Chiron. And then let's see, but on the 16th, Wednesday, Saturn moves into Aquarius. And so basically from the 14th on, when we get this new moon eclipse, I mean, literally we shift into a completely new reality. Okay. But some people have missed the train. Okay. And they took another train and they're going off into alternate reality land. Okay. And this is going to pose problems in the future. Okay. So you don't have to worry. Trump can't stop the Electoral College from meeting, and he can't stop the new administration from coming in. Okay. So you don't have to worry about what Texas is doing. You don't have to worry about the Supreme Court. You don't have to worry about Trump. They can't stop this train. Okay. It's already left the station. So the next chart, that is going to be so important is basically with Saturn moving into Aquarius and Jupiter moving into Aquarius and then conjoining at 0 degrees on December 21st. And this is a shift into a literally a whole new reality, literally. And it's a good reality. Okay. But there is this other reality. Okay. So there are literally two timelines, two realities. This one will ultimately win out. The Saturn Jupiter in Aquarius reality will win out against this other reality, the Uranus Mars reality. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay. I just want to be very clear. Like, they can't stop the train. This is the reality. This is the timeline. There's nothing they can do to stop it, but they're living in a different reality. They're living in an alternate reality. And for them, it's very real. Okay. And I know, that I'm going to say one more thing that might seem a little bit controversial, but I think it has to be said. And besides, I've talked about Inauguration Day many, many times. I've been talking about it for almost a year now. I don't remember exactly. I have to go back and look, but I know you can go to my Revolution playlist on my YouTube channel, and you could see, literally the first video I made about this probably goes back a year. When I saw these alignments on Inauguration Day, January 20th, 2021. And there's so many things about this that match the beginning of the American Civil War. The square matches it, and also Neptune is in opposition to the Neptune on the Declaration of Independence chart, which matched the Civil War. So the problem is that on Inauguration Day, when the new administration is inaugurated, and I did say back when I first started talking about this that Trump was actually going to set up a shadow government, and that upset a lot of people. And I understand why you would be upset. And plus, they said, "Oh, it won't matter," but actually, it does matter because apparently 75% of Republicans, and there's like over 71 million people who voted for Trump. So we assume they're Republicans. Some Republicans probably did vote for Biden, but 71 million of those people who voted for Trump, a very high percentage of them, at least 75%, actually believe the story that the election was stolen. And that's very real for them. It's an alternate reality. They got on a different train and went into an alternate reality, an alternate timeline, but it's absolutely real for them. That's what you have to understand. It is absolutely real for them. They believe that the election was stolen. They believe it because they want to believe it, okay? But also the messages, that's what the message is being sent to them, but from the highest level of government right now, that the election was stolen. And they're living in that alternate reality. And for them, it is absolutely real. And this is so dangerous. And Trump is going to set up a shadow government, and it's possible that some states may even say that they're going to secede. I don't know I don't really take that seriously, so I'm not really worried about that. But, I think it'll just be a lot of blah, 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 blah. But the fact that 75% of Republicans actually believe that the election was stolen. That's dangerous. And unfortunately, we're going to see the outcome of that on Inauguration Day. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the new administration. This is the biggest problem they have to solve. And okay, I'm going to leave it there because, first of all, you know, we're very close to December 14th. And that's when we really begin to shift into a new reality. But these other people, they're left behind. They took a different train. But we kind of don't need to worry about it in terms of like real effects until Inauguration Day, because there are going to be some people, unfortunately, who are so convinced that the election was basically a coup, that the election was stolen. I don't know how they can think that, but they do. They live in an alternate reality. It's absolutely real for them. And this is what they think, and they're terrified. And some of them are going to commit acts of violence. So this is the not so happy part, okay? But we don't need to worry about it until we get up to Inauguration Day. All the other stuff is just Sturm und Drang, you know? Hopefully I said that right. So just like let it go over your head. There's nothing they can do. Don't worry about it. Nothing. It's not going to change anything. We are going to talk about this more, this particular issue, on the Zoom call tonight for my patrons. So if you're interested in finding out more about this, definitely come on over and join us. But yeah, they can't do anything. Okay, so there's no problem until Inauguration Day, because when Inauguration Day comes, there are going to be some people who are going to literally flip their lids. I mean, they are just going to go ballistic, and it's going to be scary. And so we have to figure out how we're gonna deal with that, you know. And I think that's one of the things we can talk about on the group Zoom too for all my patrons. So okay, I wish I could leave you with a little bit happier note. Yeah, I think the best thing to know is it's not going to change the outcome of the election. Biden will be inaugurated. So that's the most important thing to stay focused on, okay? And then I guess the other maybe good news that I can leave you with is that, like I said, I will finally have that video, the next 12 years of power in the U.S. I'll have the edited version, at least the first in the series, ready to upload this weekend. So you'll be able to see that. And it's going to be a series. So I think when it's all done, there will probably be at least half a dozen, you know, because I want to I go way back into the past to show you the cycles, what happened back then that matches what's going to happen now because the astrology matches. And then I take you forward to 2032, so 12 years into the future. So look forward to that because I think you'll really, really enjoy it. And other than that, I'm going to sign off. So just click the red button. If you haven't yet subscribed, you're going to love this content coming up. And if you want to get me over 1,000 on my other channel, please just go over there. Just click, click, click. You're done. Totally free. Only a few seconds. I hope you'll like the content over there too. I hope you'll check it out. And if you want to be a patron, there's a link. There's a link below. So, and at the end of this video. So I think that's it. And I will see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.